everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout. And this one is pictures that are an oldie but goodie. They are actually the last photos that I needed to scrapbook for 2019. And I had thought I was actually done and then realized that these photos weren't from the beginning of January, that they were actually from the end of December. So anyway, and one of the things I did when I was home during our stay-at-home orders and I wasn't working is I finished 2019 albums for me, my grandkids, and my great nephew. So lots of scrapbooking there. All right, so I am going to back this all on that green paper from Dear Lizzie Stargazer. It's the Just Peachy paper, if I could talk. And then this ribbon that I am fussy cutting is from the Dear Lizzie Stay Colorful pad. That's what I wanted, 12 by 12 pad. Then I grabbed that gold stripe paper, which everything is on the back of, is everything going to be backed on, and that is from the Dear Lizzie Serendipity 12 by 12 pad as well. I popped in that little yellow piece there, and that came from the it came from Dear Lizzie. I'm not exactly sure if that was Stay Colorful or not. I suspect that it was, but I'm not positive about that. So now I'm kind of looking at just different pieces. And again, these are all cut aparts that are coming from Dear Lizzie. I just have this box of things. So I'm not sure which collection it is. There's not enough left, like from any collection, or there's just little pieces here and there for me to keep them in separate boxes anymore. So they all kind of go together. And if I'm thinking Dear Lizzie, then I go look through here. And thinking about some of the chipboard from one of her collections. That's what that little ticket, and on the bottom right now the fun ticket is coming from. And I'm sorry, you guys, that you can't see that I got that off a little bit. So again, just all Dear Lizzie things. And so the story of this and why it's green and gold is that this is a Packers playoff game. And I joined my mom and her friend, and you guys, they're in their late 70s, and her friend's granddaughter at a bar that used to have a little bit of a reputation. Now it's kind of changed, and their reputation is that they do great football parties, and they're very famous for having these huge Bloody Marys. They do Jello shots at quarters and all sorts of crazy things. So I was there with a 20-year-old and two 70-year-olds. So it was pretty funny. So, and I believe, if I remember correctly, that the Packers did win this game, which made us all very happy. Like if it wasn't overtime, it was last minute. Again, this is months ago, so I'm having a hard time. I'm doing this voiceover in July, so it was 7 months ago, or 6 months and change ago. All right. So there we go. And I like that yellow up there. It's giving that ribbon a little bit of a grounding element. So, and then I just realized that is not from Stay Colorful. I believe that was one of the, there we go. That frame is from a much older Dear Lizzie collection. I was thinking it was the one I ended up with, not the one that it was. And so I went to something that was more gold than yellow, and it's a little bit better match for the label that's on the bottom. That's kind of cut off there. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and I am inking everything with my Memento Dewdrop gray flannel ink. The reason I'm doing that is there's so many different collections here, and even though they are all Dear Lizzie, they are all a little bit different. So I think ink is going to bring everything together here. So I mean, some of these pieces, like that label that I just inked, is really old. So loving that I'm able to get some of this in. And then I'm just adding a little bit of turquoisiness to kind of work with the ribbon. Also this little spot of blue here as well, because there's navy in that ribbon up there. So I've got the yellow, the navy, and the turquoise in the two clusters so far. And then I'm using my I have these football stickers from Echo Park All Boy. It's from the sticker book. So I'm just going to cut those out, obviously, because it's football. So that's like a really fun little addition here. Something a little bit, I mean, not unexpected because it's football, but everything else is kind of dreamy looking. And then I add these fun little football stickers. And I think they weren't cut right, if I remember correctly. I think some of them were on white, but some of these also were not cut right. I got a bad sticker book and they sent me another one from, and then just told me to keep the bad one. So I was trying to make them kind of work as much as I could. And man, I'm fussing with stuff that doesn't really need to be fussed with. Now, I don't have anything up at that top because I'm thinking that that might be where my title would go. And again, here I'm also just trying to think about what this is going to look like. What this is going to look like. Colors and that kind of thing. But I also want to make sure that I get my title in, because that will kind of influence how much room I have for that cluster at the top there. So then I'm using these letter stickers, and they are old from their Jelly Bean Soup. They're the alpha beans in apple green. And that is, I'm just going to add the name of the bar we were at. Like I said, it really is kind of a fun place. Oh, and they also serve like lunch too at halftime as well. So, or lunch or whatever meal it is. So it's kind of a, it's a fun place to go. And if you're a Packer fan, that is kind of a Bloodies and a bar can be part of our tradition. Kind of silly. And I'm MacGyvering an N here because I don't have any N, so I'm just flipping my U's upside down there. There's a little gold there, and then adding in some of that, looking at adding in that green, but then the green was minty and none of the other stuff in here is minty. So still playing around. There's some more green. I know I want a football in there, so that's easy. Now shortening that up, that little kind of, it's kind of a ticket looking piece there. All right, and then again here just inking everything, because even though it's Dear Lizzie, lots of different collections, lots of different textures. Like these stickers are very shiny, the rest of it is not. Now I don't have any blue up there in that top cluster, but oh well. It's the only spot I didn't get a little navy, but there's really not a lot of room up there. And then I go, oh, wait. I can get some navy with this little piece here. And there we go. So that's something that I talk about all the time. So now I just pointed there because there's gold foil on that ribbon, and I don't have any gold anywhere else. So I'm going to grab these We Are Memory Keeper silver and gold enamel shapes, and I'm going to add in some arrows and some dots just to get some more gold into this, so that that ribbon is not just kind of sticking out by itself. Again, kind of look, what things do I have in one place or two places where I might need it in other places as well. So now you get the consistency of color and the gold, and then those football stickers. All right, guys, there is the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.